The next multiplication technique that we are going to learn now is multiplication of numbers which are close to 100 or numbers close to 1000 and so on. The multiplication of such numbers can be done in a very simple and straightforward manner which involves just 2 steps. Let us take some examples to understand this. The first one here is 98 into 93. As you can see here, both the numbers are close to 100. Now what we do here is, as both the numbers are close to 100, we can take the base as 100. That means we need to understand what is the distance of these two numbers from 100. For example, 98 is nothing but 100 minus 2 and 93 is 100 minus 7. So the first step here is we need to check the distance of these numbers from 100 or from 1000 as the case may be. So here, as the base is 100, that is the numbers are close to 100, we are checking the distance from 100. So 98 is 100 minus 2 and 93 is 100 minus 7. The next step here is to take the cross difference between the numbers and the distances. For example, we need to take 98 minus 7 or 93 minus 2 in the answer as the first step. So 98 minus 7 is equal to 91, or 93 minus 2 as well is 91. So 98 minus 7 is 91, or we can say 93 minus 2 is 91. So the first step here is to take the cross difference of the distance with the number and write the result in the answer. Now 91 here is nothing but 9100 because the base here is 100. So this is like 9100. And to this 9100 we need to add the product of these two numbers. Now minus 2 into minus 7 is plus 14. So we can say 14 should be added to this. So 9114 will be the answer. So this is how we can multiply numbers which are close to 100. What we need to do here is first take the distance of the given numbers from 100, then take the cross differences of the numbers with the distance, and then multiply these two numbers and add it to the previous result to get the final answer. Let us take few more examples to understand this. The next one here is 97 into 89. Now as you can see here, 97 is 100 minus 3 and 89 is 100 minus 11. So we can either take 97 minus 11 or 89 minus 3. Remember, both the results here will give us the same answer. For example, 97 minus 11 is 86 and 89 minus 3 is also 86. So we can take any one of them as per our convenience. So if we say 89 minus 3, that's like 86. And we also understand that this 86 is followed by 2 zeros. This is 8600 or 8600. So we can write 2 zeros and then add the result. Otherwise, minus 3 into minus 11 is plus 33. Now 8600 plus 33 will be 8633. So directly we can say that the answer is 8633. Otherwise, if you want to do it in a detailed way, we say 8600 plus 33. That is again 8633. So if we can observe here, the last step can be simplified by directly writing down the answer in 2 steps. Let us now take one more example. Here you find that we have to multiply 104 with 112. Now again, both the numbers are close to 100 and both are more than 100. So the distance of these two numbers from 100 is plus 4 and plus 12. Why? Because 104 is 100 plus 4 and 112 is 100 plus 12. Again, we need to take the cross addition here, cross addition or cross difference as the case may be. So we need to add 104 with 112 or 112 with 4. And as we know, both of them will give us the same answer. For example, 104 plus 12 is 116 and 112 plus 4 is also 116. So that 116 comes in the answer. And the next step here is 4 into 12. Remember, plus 4 into plus 12. Even the signs have to be considered. For example, in the previous case, it was minus 3 into minus 11 plus 33. Minus 2 into minus 7 plus 14. So plus 4 into plus 12 is plus 48. So 116, it is actually 11600. But since we have to add 48, we can directly say the answer is 11648. That is 11,648. Let us take one more example here. The question here is 96 into 109. Now, as you can see here, one number is less than 100 and the other one is more than 100. But the procedure remains same. Both the numbers may be less than 100, both may be more than 100, or one may be less, the other may be more. The process remains same. First of all, we need to find out the distance of these numbers from 100. So 96 is 100 minus 4 and 109 is 100 plus 9. Now again, we have to take the cross sum, that is either 96 plus 9 or 109 minus 4. 96 plus 9 is 105 and 109 minus 4 is also 105. So 105 directly comes in the answer. Remember, this is 10500. As the base is 100, we have two places left out. Those should be taken as 00. The next step here is multiplication of these two numbers. That is -4 into +9. As I've already mentioned, the sign also has to be considered. So -4 into +9 is -36. So what we get here is -36. So that is the reason, don't take the answer directly as 10536. This is a wrong result. Why? Because the sign here is negative. So from 10500, we need to subtract 36. So when we subtract 36, we get 10464. So the answer for 96 into 109 is 10,464. So this is how always first check the distance of the given numbers from 100, that is the base 100. Then take the cross sum or the cross differences and take the first result in the answer. Then the next step here is multiplication of these two numbers and adding it to the given answer. Depending on whether it is positive or negative, we have to either add or subtract. So if it is a positive result, we can directly take 9114 or 8633 without making it lengthy by writing two zeros. But whenever the result is negative, you better put two zeros and then subtract. Or if you are comfortable in directly writing the answer, we can take it as 105 and -36. That means from 500, 36 has to be subtracted. So that gives us 10464. So this is how we can multiply numbers which are close to 100. So after learning about multiplication of numbers which are close to 100, let us now take a few examples of those numbers which are close to 1000. Remember friends, whether the numbers are close to 100 or 1000, the procedure remains same. But the only point to be considered here is, as the base is 1000, that is, as the numbers are close to 1000, we take the base as 1000. So after the first step, we need to consider 3 zeros in the answer. Like in the previous case, when the numbers were close to 100, we write the first result and then take 2 zeros after the answer. But here, we need to take 3 zeros as the base here is 1000. Let us try to solve these questions. As I've already mentioned, the procedure remains same. So the first step here is to find out the distance of the given numbers from 1000. Both the numbers here are close to 1000. So 998 is 1000 minus 2 and 986 is 1000 minus 14. So these are the distances of the given numbers from 1000. Now we need to take the cross differences. That is either 998 minus 14 or 986 minus 2. Now subtracting 2 from 986 is easier. So let us directly take that in the answer. But because anyway both of them will give the same result. So 986 minus 2 is 984. And remember, there are 3 zeros after the answer. The next step here is to multiply these two numbers. Minus 2 into minus 14. The signs also have to be considered. Minus 2 into minus 14 is plus 28. So we get 28 as a second result. Now by adding these two numbers, we can say that the answer is 984028. That is 9,84,028. And remember, if you are comfortable, even writing these 3 zeros and then adding 28 is not required. We can directly say that in the first step we get 984 and then minus 2 into minus 14 is plus 28. But remember, don't write 28 directly. This will give us the wrong answer. We know that there are 3 zeros after 984. So we should say 984, and then because the result is 28, it can be made as a 3-digit number by putting a 0. So 028 should be taken in the next step. So if you are comfortable, you can directly take the answer as 984028, or you write 984 with 3 zeros and then add 28. Let us take 2 more examples on this. Now the next one here is 1006 into 1070. Both the numbers are more than 1000. Now the first step, as you know, is to find out the distances. So 1000 plus 6, 1000 plus 17. So we have to either add 17 to 1006 or add 6 to 1017. As adding 6 to 1017 is comfortable, we can directly say 1017 plus 6 is 1023. That is the first step. The second step is multiplication of these two numbers. 17 into 6 is 102. And we know that we have 3 places here or 3 zeros here. So directly 102 can be kept in the answer. So the answer here will be 1023102. That is 10,23,102. Remember, if it is a 2-digit number, we put a 0 here and then write the 2-digit number. But since we have got directly a 3-digit number, it can be attached to the first part of the answer. So the final answer is 10,23,102. The next one here is 1012 into 993. Now again, the numbers are close to 1000, but one is more and the other one is less. So let's see what's the answer for this one. This is 1000 plus 12 and 1000 minus 7. So again, we need to take either the cross difference or the cross sum there. Now 1012 minus 7 is 1005, 1005. The next step here is 12 into minus 7, the product of these two numbers. And as the sign is negative here, plus 12 into minus 7 will give us minus 84. So from this result, we need to subtract 84. Remember, we have three zeros here. So 10 lakhs 5,000 minus 84. Now by subtracting this, we get 10 lakhs 4,916. So that's the answer, 10 lakhs 4,916. So friends, this is how we can multiply numbers which are close to 100 or 1000 by simply taking the distances from the base 100 or 1000, then cross multiplication and getting the required answer. What are you guys waiting for? Stop looking at me and start doing the calculations. Your time started 5 seconds back. Right, so let's see what are the answers for these questions. The first one here is 86 into 92. We know that both are close to 100. So this is 100 minus 14, 100 minus 8. 86 minus 8 is 78. Minus 14 into minus 8. Minus 14 into minus 8 is 112. Remember, here we have only two zeros and we need to add 112. So the final answer will be 7912. Do not take the answer as 78112. This is wrong. Why? Because the base here is 100. We have only two zeros after 78. And as we have got a 3-digit result in the second case, we need to add it to 7800. If it is a 2-digit number, we can directly attach to 78 and get the required answer. So the correct answer here is 7912, but not 78112. The next one is 1016 into 991. So 1000 plus 16 and 1000 minus 9. Now 1016 minus 9 is equal to 1007, and we have three zeros after this. 16 into minus 9 plus 16 into minus 9 is minus 144. So from this result we need to subtract 144. So the final answer would be 1006856. That is 10 lakhs 6,856. So always we need to take care of the number of zeros. Here we have three zeros, but since the product is negative, it is better that we write down the zeros and then subtract to get the required answer. The next one is 97 into 124. So this is 100 minus 3, 100 plus 24. So 97 plus 24 or 124 minus 3. 124 minus 3 is 121. And we have two zeros after this. Plus 24 into minus 3. Plus 24 into minus 3 is minus 72. So from 12100, we need to subtract 72. So this will be 12028. That means 12,028. 100 minus 72 is 28. So 0 to 8 and 12 there. The last one is 987 into 981. 1000 minus 13, 1000 minus 19. So 987 minus 19 or 981 minus 13. 981 minus 13 will be 968, and we have three zeros after this since the base is 1000. Minus 13 into minus 19. Minus 13 into minus 19 will be plus 247. So the answer here will be 968247. So practice well on this technique and make sure that next time onwards, whenever you see numbers close to 100 or 1000, you get the answer without following the regular procedure.